Hello, my name's Sophie Llewellyn-Smith. Today I want to talk to you about the age at which children start school. I spent many years living in the UK and I currently live in Belgium, so I'm familiar with both education systems. In the UK, children start school at the age of 4, in the September after their 4th birthday. Now, at this age, schooling is not compulsory, and that year is called reception. It's not yet called year 1. Nevertheless, everybody sends their children to school at the age of 4. Whereas on the continent, in Belgium where I live, children start school the year that they turn 6. There are pros and cons of these approaches, and I suppose the biggest advantage of starting at the age of 4 from the UK government's point of view is A, for disadvantaged children because it gets them into a structure early on, and B, it supposedly gives children a head start with reading. And of course reading is the key to knowledge, to so many things. It opens up so many doors to a better education later and therefore to better job opportunities. However, research does not support this position because in the countries where children start school later, at the age of 6, they learn to read faster. They catch up with the head start that the British children allegedly had, and not many years later they are at the same level, and if anything, many of the continental systems perform better than the British system. For example, in the PISA study, that examines success in reading and maths in schools across the whole world, Finland comes out top, and yet in Scandinavian countries, children only begin school at the age of 7. Having said that, though, I think that there can be a disadvantage of the Belgian approach of starting at the age of 6, and it is this. Some children are displaying what's known as reading readiness well before the age of 6. In other words, they're really ready to learn to read. They perhaps are expressing an interest in sounds and in letters, or they've started to ask, what does that say? And I think that's a window of opportunity that you shouldn't miss out on. If a child is interested in learning to read or interested in figures, then I think you should go with that desire rather than missing out on the window of opportunity. Now, I'd like to address another disadvantage of beginning school at the age of 4. I think this is simply too young for many children to be in a rigid, structured, timetabled environment. And it's particularly too young for some boys. At that age, children need to move around a lot, and it's very difficult to sit still and to concentrate for prolonged periods of time. But the trouble if you don't begin at the age of 4, and if you begin at the age of 6, like in Belgium, is that there's rather too much of an abrupt transition between the playtime of preschool and then the much more rigid first year of primary school. So I think probably beginning school at the age of 5 is best, somewhere in the middle. Or if, like in Belgium, you're going to start at the age of 6, then I think there needs to be a less abrupt transition between preschool and school. I think in the last year of preschool here in Belgium, children should be taught sounds, should be taught letters, should do a little bit of maths, and gradually come on to something a little bit more formal. They can still learn through play, but I do think that the transition to the first year of primary over here is much too abrupt. Thank you.